Don't we all love to start our day with a cozy cup of coffee? I definitely did before I learned that this can make us unproductive. Hey there, glad to have you here for today's video. My name is Ava and I'm a psychologist and head of content at FlowLab. In case you're new to our channel, FlowLab is a mental fitness app that helps ambitious minds to increase focus, motivation and flow states with guided meditations. If you like to see more of our content, make sure to subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate your support. When I was a student, I had my coffee machine right next to my bed. The day couldn't have started any better. I just had to roll over and press a button for my morning coffee to be ready. I thought this is what makes me wake up in the morning and get ready for a productive day in the library. And it's only until recently that I realized how this routine is related to my alertness or actually sleepiness during the day. Even though I enjoyed this routine a lot, I exchanged the coffee for herbal tea now. Because here comes the hard-hitting truth. Drinking coffee too early in the morning can trigger an afternoon crash. We feel extremely sleepy and have a hard time staying focused during the second half of the day. You might think,
well, then I'll just have another cup or two.
Unfortunately, drinking coffee too late in the day is also not the best idea because it can give you a hard time falling asleep or lower your sleep quality. So it's about the right timing. If you know this afternoon slump yourself, listen up. Here's how it's connected to your morning coffee and what you can do instead to feel more awake. Okay, grab a cup of tea and make yourself comfortable. It's getting nerdy. The reason for your sleepiness lies in a molecule called adenosine. Adenosine makes you feel sleepy. So generally, adenosine levels are high in the evening when your body is tired and needs sleep to replenish its resources, and low after a good night's sleep. Caffeine blocks adenosine receptors, which means that rather than giving you more energy, it actually just offsets the fatigue. Even though adenosine is low when you wake up, there is still a small amount left in your system. Usually this residual adenosine will get cleared out in the following hours as levels of the stress hormone cortisol rise. Quick side note, even though you may associate stress with something negative, this rise in cortisol is normal and healthy. When you drink caffeine too early in the day, you prevent cortisol from clearing out the adenosine that is left in your system. That means you get sleepy much earlier because you not only have the adenosine that accumulates during the day again as your body gets more tired, but also the adenosine that is left in your system from this morning. Long story short, as you return from lunch, chances are you won't be as productive and focused as anticipated when you had a coffee right after you woke up, but rather feel exhausted and tired in the afternoon. That's why neuroscientists like Huberman recommend waiting with your first cup of coffee or other caffeinated beverages around 90 to 120 minutes after waking up. On the other hand, we know that drinking caffeine too late in the day can give you a hard time falling asleep or reduce your sleep quality. Ideally, you don't drink any coffee 8 to 12 hours before going to sleep. In the end, this gives you a window of a few hours, usually before noon, for caffeine. I still want you to enjoy your coffee, and we don't always have to optimize everything in our life. Also, there are numerous health benefits to caffeine too that we can maybe discuss some other time if you like. But I think knowing about these mechanisms can help us make more conscious decisions and use this as a tool whenever we need all our focus and energy in the afternoon. Also, there are other ways to make you feel more awake. One of the best morning habits you can implement is to get outside for at least 10 to 20 minutes and get sunlight in your eyes. The cloudier it is, the longer you should be outside for the same effect. When getting this morning sunlight within the first hour after waking, you increase your cortisol levels. And as I mentioned earlier, this will in turn lower adenosine levels and therefore make you less sleepy. There are also studies showing that this habit releases dopamine, a molecule important for motivation, focus, and reward. If you have a dog, you should be used to this routine already, but you could also use this time outside as an opportunity to mentally prepare for your day, reflecting on your most important goal or setting an intention for the day, or combine that with the second tip. Why not win the morning by doing some intense exercise? Some will find it harder to stick to a morning exercise routine than others, but brief, intense exercise can also be a great way to reduce adenosine, thereby increasing wakefulness and increase dopamine. For example, you can join a sports group for a HIIT training, so high intensity interval training. And if there are outdoor venues in your neighborhood, then you'll hit two birds with one stone, because you can also tick off the early morning sunlight tip. Perhaps you couldn't resist your morning coffee and indeed feel tired in the afternoon. What you can fall back to then is non-sleep deep rest protocols such as Yoga Nidra. This is a special type of body scan that shows promising results in reducing your need for sleep and, again, increases dopamine levels. We have such a guided exercise on our channel. I'll put the link in the info box. I hope you have a better understanding now of how caffeine influences your wakefulness and what you can do apart from drinking coffee to feel more awake. If so, it would mean a lot to me if you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Let me know in the comments what helps you to get awake in the morning. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.